Over the years, I've shot a lot of videos in factories. However, today, we go to an office environment to see how lean thinking can be applied there. I'm Tim McLean, and this is a TXM lean case study. Olex cables are a division of Nexans, one of the world's leading manufacturers and distributors of electrical and telecommunication cables. Today, I'm with Brendan King, the National Sales Manager for Olex Cables. We're in the Olex sales office to talk about how lean thinking has transformed Olex sales office processes. So, Brendan, to start with, tell me about the kind of challenges that Olex Cables was facing that led you to thinking about implementing lean.
Okay, so prior to starting, we conducted a review of how we actually went to market from a sales perspective. We've got quite a diverse range of customers, from the wholesale channel to electricity utilities to miners. So there's quite a diverse type of customer range. In doing that, we were able to identify value streams that we would work through. But we also had other challenges that we were facing, where we'd had a call centre that was based in New South Wales, which was then pulled back to Victoria with new staff starting from scratch. So we had some major challenges with that and getting that rolling again in Victoria.
Okay, so sales support's not really something that you think about when you think about lean. You're normally thinking about factories and machines.
Yep.
So what led you to ultimately decide on a lean solution for the challenges you had in sales?
Yeah, we do a huge number of tasks in this area, so really it was about understanding what we had to do and where we needed to improve our workflows to make sure that we could meet the growing demands of our customers.
So what were the major kind of changes that TXM helped you implement, Brendan?
So the first thing we did was we sat down as a group with a number of parts of our business and went through all of the workflows that were pertinent to our sales area. From there we started to focus on key elements. So most important was the flow of our quotations through the business. And day one we were faced with a backlog of about 70 quotes that were outstanding. 70. Yeah, so it was a big number, and myself and the value stream leaders were scratching our head trying to work out what we were going to do. So with Greg, we worked out a flow for those to make sure that we had visual cues to see what areas were under stress and what areas we could move some of the work across to get that all recovered quickly. So it took us a couple of weeks to recover, but from that point on, with that methodology, we actually managed to stay on top of things, which was really good.
Because value stream mapping was a big theme of everything that was done here, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. So making sure we had the right processes for the right type of customer. So that was really important for us. The other thing that we did were the daily meetings that we had. So we had activity boards up where people could raise their concerns and they could actually own the process and follow it up. So that was an integral part of that. And also the daily meeting for the value stream leaders and myself at the end of the day was really important for us, just to track how we were going each day, keep a scorecard of how we were going.
You mentioned people a couple of times, and I know that your change involved a lot of people, a lot of role changes and so forth.
It did.
How did that work and how did people accept it?
It depended on the person, to be honest. So we went through a skills matrix with everybody. There were some people that were really bought into the process and some people weren't. So we worked through a fairly major cultural change in the organisation, and we really had to stick to our guns with what we were trying to achieve. So one of the real problems we had was that a lot of information was in people's heads, and we had to sort of get that information out, and we created playbooks for people for tasks, so that allowed us to cross-skill people and they could work on different areas of the business if we needed them to. Yeah,
look, I think with such a complex change in a customer-facing function, that detail really helped, didn't it?
Yeah,
I think
it did, and with the boards and with being able to raise their concerns, we could address them each day before they got out of control. So and also help them get some ownership into the actual solutions as well, which was really good.
Okay, so what kind of business benefits did you get out of it? We know it's all about the bottom line. So what did your customers see? What did your business see?
So firstly, we had a really strong improvement in our response times for our standard quotations. We were getting ourselves really close to a 4-hour turnaround, which is the objective for the industry. So that worked really, really well. Our sales representatives spent more time actually on the road hunting rather than doing their own quotes, so that
Yep.
freed them up as well. And eventually we were able to switch to an internal sales team approach where we have, rather than responding to calls coming into the call centre, we're actually making proactive calls out now as well,
Yep.
which is driving sales rather than just simply responding to a request from our customer.
So you actually freed up some resource that could then
Yeah,
go
absolutely.
and push sales out.
Yep,
which is, whereas previously you were just reacting to what was coming in, now you're actually proactively selling.
Yes, that's
which
great.
is great stuff.
Yep.
So what advice would you give to other business leaders looking to apply lean in their office processes?
I think probably the main things are just to get everything down, get your plan right, and then work through it stage by stage. And keep a scorecard, because there's a lot to do. And when there's a lot to do, it's actually quite useful to sit back and review how you're going and keep count of your wins.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Brendan. That's really interesting. Olex Cables are a market leader offering a huge range of products. Lean thinking has enabled the sales support team here to significantly improve its performance. This has led to improved customer service and reduced costs. Thank you for viewing this case study of the Olex Cables sales office transformation. Please contact TXM if you want to learn more about how you can transform your business using lean thinking.